What's going on, baseball fanatics? Jeremy Laracuente here for the Baseball Banter Broadcast, and we continue looking at the 5 landing spots for several key free agents. Today we look at the case for that of Nelson Cruz. This is a very powerful player, but he is limited mostly to the designated hitter role. So if we have a DH, a universal DH in 2022, this opens up his market. So let's get into it. Now, as we look at the number 5 team on my list, this is an opportunity for the universal DH to really make its headway, and it is that of the Milwaukee Brewers. I think the Brewers bringing in a guy like Nelson Cruz could truly help them push up to the top of that National League Central Division. When you look at what is going to be featured in that National League Central, this is an opportunity and, to me, a wide open field, with the Brewers being one of the favorites. Going into the 2022 campaign, if you add a guy like Nelson Cruz, who has a dedicated approach at the plate that can help bring up some of these younger players and help boost that lineup overall, this could be a very smart signing for the Brewers. Now, it will be predicated on the fact that there is a universal DH, because Nelson Cruz will be a liability defensively speaking. So if you are forced, because of not having the universal DH, to play him in the outfield in order to get his bat in that lineup, you are going to be losing a lot more than you potentially gain. But if the universal DH is there, this is a no-brainer signing for the Milwaukee Brewers. Now, as we look at the number 4 team on my list, it is that of the Detroit Tigers. I think that pairing a guy like Nelson Cruz with this lineup, Javi Baez, Miguel Cabrera, and potentially other players that they decide to bring up or sign, could easily give the Tigers a sizable jumpstart in becoming one of the favorites for the American League Central Division. Now, this is going to be a tough sell, potentially, as you already have a mostly DH in Miguel Cabrera. But if Miguel is healthy and you can put him in the field for a majority of the games, 120, 130 games, and you have Nelson Cruz ride out the 145, 150 games at that DH role, potentially sprinkling him in occasionally in the outfield to offset some of those DH days, this could be a very solid pairing. It reminds me very much of Miguel Cabrera and Victor Martinez and how they would be able to play off of one another. I think Nelson Cruz could easily help elevate the game of Miguel Cabrera once again, and Cabrera is already a surefire Hall of Famer. So as we look at the potential for Nelson Cruz and the Detroit Tigers, this could be a boomstick bat in a very upcoming lineup. Now, as we look at the number 3 team on my list, again predicated on the universal DH, it is that of the San Diego Padres. If we go into the 2022 campaign with a universal DH, the Padres are going to need to make a move. And what better way to solidify your designated hitter role than with the best designated hitter available on the market? Nelson Cruz is without question the best bat in that DH market going into the 2022 free agency class. This is going to be a player that, like I said, if the universal DH is in effect, will help take the Padres to a new level and really bring them into 2022 as the favorites in that National League West Division. I believe that much in the potential bat of Nelson Cruz. You also pair him with a guy like Fernando Tatis Jr., Manny Machado, Eric Hosmer, and Will Myers. This is a very deep and powerful lineup. And yes, while Petco Park can be an expansive ballpark, Nelson Cruz is not limited by any ballpark when it comes to his power. If the DH is in the NL, the Padres need to bring Nelson Cruz out to San Diego. Now, as we look at the number 2 team on my list, it is that of the Tampa Bay Rays. I think that for the Rays, bringing back a guy like Nelson Cruz could truly help them keep themselves atop of the American League East Division. This is going to be a spot that the Rays have kind of had some issues with over the last several years, and bringing in a guy like Cruz, bringing back a guy like Nelson Cruz, could help solidify that role for them. This is also a team that, obviously, as we know, uses analytics to the utmost degree, and sometimes a sole DH cannot give you the same value as having that position open for a utility player. But when the value of his bat is as potent as it is, Nelson Cruz is always a smart analytical sign. And the number 1 team on my list for Nelson Cruz is that of the Minnesota Twins. I think the Twins were a very shocking falter in 2021. But I think that going into the 2022 campaign, there's still a lot to be desired from that team and a lot of potential from that team. Bringing back Nelson Cruz would help truly solidify the Twins as another favorite for that American League Central Division. I think that going into 2021, the Twins were looked at as a favorite. They got off to such a horrible and rocky start that they could never truly recover. But bringing in a guy like Nelson Cruz gets the fan base re-excited for this team. You still have Josh Donaldson, Byron Buxton, Max Kepler. This could be the final added piece that is needed to put the Twins back on top of the AL Central. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know your feelings on this down in the comment section below. What are your feelings as to the best landing spot for Nelson Cruz? Where will he end up? Let me know that down in the comments. As always, keep it locked into the GLMG family with the Granted Geek Show, WeSibs, and the Baseball Banter Broadcast. Hit that subscribe button on all 3 channels. Links to the other 2 will be down in the show notes below. As always, keep it locked in here to the Baseball Banter Broadcast as I continue bringing you the latest news, notes, and my personal thoughts, theories, and opinions on the game of Major League Baseball. Peace.